Here's a kick in the pants.
So Final Fantasy 13, the Final Fantasy that everyone kind of loves to hate. Arguably sort of main character kind of Lightning is going to be used in a series of ads for Louis Vuitton for their, I believe it's called their Series 4 line of products that are coming out. There will be magazine ads and such. It's interesting to me because, I find it to be very weird. 13 was not popular, or was not very popular here. And kind of the first Final Fantasy 13 was more of an ensemble cast. There wasn't necessarily a main character. Long story short, to us this is weird. In Japan, for whatever reason, Lightning, who has, in my opinion, no fucking personality whatsoever and was one of the most boring leads, is very popular. And the story goes that it wasn't Square that looked to partner with Louis Vuitton to get this ad campaign done. It was one of the lead designers at Louis Vuitton who actually went to Japan or went to Square Enix and was like, can I use Lightning as a model for this line? It's interesting to note. I mean,
I'm looking at the pictures now.
I know this. Yeah, I mean, they look
the bag like this.
They look right, and she has no fucking expression.
I know,
but then again, most models don't. Boom. France and Japan have like this admiration of each other's cultures that almost rivals the U.S. and Japan, and so it makes sense for that angle. Either way. It's just weird, and it's really weird to me because to me this is kind of just this weird point where Square Enix is, I don't know, not necessarily jumping the shark, but they're definitely turning a corner here.
Of weirdness,
yeah. Where it's not just games.
Hold the bag like this, holding the bag.
Yeah, they're gonna. You should do a Louis Vuitton campaign. Either way, it's strange. It's weird to see, what just 10, 15 years ago was a very respected video game company releasing some very high-profile RPGs, some of their best work on the Sony PlayStation, now has their main characters modeling because, well, fuck, that character couldn't fucking sell games.
I just think it's just hysterical. Obviously, in the U.S., most of the women going to buy Louis Vuitton, this won't affect them at all. In Japan, there's a much, at least to me, I know in my head, a bigger history of using characters in pop culture that are animated or video games to sell.
Right, but in Japan.
Yes.
So for it to be in France.
I know. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I'm just thinking of like using Google 13 to sell coffee in Japan or condoms, which happens, but in here you would never see a cartoon character being used to sell adult products. It's extremely rare. I'm having trouble thinking of it in my head.
I'm sure there's examples off the top of my head.
Simpsons will sell Butterfingers, but they're not going to be selling cars. Right? You know what I mean? Like they're not going to be. It's a different culture. It's just so goofy that I don't know what to say. But it is funny that to see a video game character holding real merchandise in video game poses. This is my favorite one. Like that.
Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you even care about the fucking bag?
She doesn't need to lose any weight, I guess. You can keep her weight where they want her.
Just adjust the slider.